favourites.
Now, Derby winner Benny the Dip had run with distinction in the 1997 Thresher Classic Trial at Sandown, and of the 7 runners in this year's renewal, favourite Glams appeared to hold the best credentials with Epsom in mind.
The final 3, De Hoosh and Bombard together from Conflict, and then Festival Hall. Next in the field is Fantastic Light. Glams is being brought to the outside as they head down with 2 furlongs to go. A wide open contest, but De Hoosh is in front still. Bombard in second. Here's the blue jacket, Fantastic Light on the outside, who now comes to take the lead. Fantastic Light and De Hoosh together. Glams is into third place on the outside of Bombard. Inside the final furlong, it's Fantastic Light just has the lead, but De Hoosh is bravely fighting back on the inside. Glams is catching them as well as they drive towards the line now. It's Fantastic Light who wins, maybe just from De Hoosh, but tight between them. Then Glams and
Winning
Bombard.
jockey Darrell Holland mistake.
They stand and they're racing. Handsome Ridge just eased out the back in the early stages, and Chester House on the outside, but they're headed off by Limpid, who takes up the early running in the Godolphin second set of colours. We've seen this before. It's Limpid 2 lengths in front of Generous Rosie on settling down. A length away then on the outside in third is Chester House from Shiva with a white cap. Tucked in behind them, Zara's positioned on the inside of runners as they race down into Swindley Bottom. Second last is Leah Spear at this stage, and last of all is Handsome Ridge. Fantastic Light about third last. Racing out of Swindley Bottom, 7 furlongs left to travel. Striding out nicely Limpid, leads by 2 lengths to in second Generous Rosie, a length away in third Chester House. 1 length further back then is Shiva, who's tucked away on the inside in fourth. Further back then Zar, out wide of Fantastic Light. 2 lengths away as they pass the 6 is Leah Spear, and 3 lengths last of all is Handsome Ridge. Starting this stiff uphill climb towards home in the Prince of Wales Stakes, just over 5 furlongs to travel. Limpid out in front here from Generous Rosie. Chester House getting a bit closer the outside. They're a length and a half in advance now of Generous Rosie, travelling on the inside of Zar. The pressure's applied now. They're going for home. 2 lengths further back is Fantastic Light, followed then by Leah Spear, and last of all is Handsome Ridge. They've got less than 3 furlongs to travel in the Prince of Wales as they round the corner. Limpid being tackled in earnest now by Chester House, who's really applying the pressure. They're a length and a half to Zara, is trying to gather in this leader, and they've kicked away from Fantastic Light, who's running on. 2 furlongs left to travel. Chester House strikes the front now for Fallon. Over on the far side, Limpid is still boxing on from Zara, and then Fantastic Light. Leah Spear running a big race is running on for a place. It's Chester House in front, but being swallowed up by Leah Spear. In the centre, it's Leah Spear who grabs the lead now. Fantastic Light trying to go with him. Never mind a place, he might just get there. Leah Spear is going to get there, I reckon. Leah Spear by a nostril. Second is Fantastic Light. Third, Zar. Tight fourth between Handsome Ridge and Chester House. Further back is Limpid, and then Shiva. And last to finish is Generous Rosie. Well, the winner is number 6, Leah Spear. It's a photo here. It's Leah Spear, the far side, who might have just got the nod in, and he might have got there by a short head from Fantastic Light. Then back in third is Zar. In fourth is Chester House. In fifth, Handsome Ridge. And then a gap then of some 5-6 lengths.
Top class stuff then. Chester House 7-1, Kieran Fallon. Croco Rouge 5-2 favourite now, Thierry Janet. Insatiable 7-1, Richard Hughes. Leah Spear 7-1, Richard Quinn. Then Running Stag 9-1 now, Ray Cochrane. Zar 6-1, Frankie Dettori. Compton Admiral 25-1, Darrell Holland. And Fantastic Light 13-2, the Mount of Gary Stevens. That's the lineup. Kick away then for the Coral Eclipse. Now, where does the early pace come from? It'll be fascinating to see. On the extreme left, we've got Insatiable. Compton Admiral holding a good position early. Zar, the forgotten horse of the race, is up with the pace. Chester House is down the back. The favourite Croco Rouge is covered up as they make their way through the first quarter mile. And it's Zar who just has the edge too. Running Stag holding a good position. Insatiable third, Compton Admiral running 4. And then we got Croco Rouge and Fantastic Light, and Chester House and Leah Spear is 8 of 8 as they spin through the first quarter mile. Taken there by Frankie Dettori on Zar, who has the edge. A Group 1 winner, Zar. Ears Prick 2. Running Stag, the orange sleeves, a horse that has a big kick finish. And if anything, the pace has been steadied there through the second and third furlongs. Zar just has it. Two Running Stag, Insatiable, and then Fantastic Light, who's on the outside. Behind these goes Lear Spear with a bit of a run. After that one, Croco Rouge. Chester House still at the back of the pack. Compton Admiral tucked away. The White Cap running the rails, spinning out of the turn, and they come halfway in the Coral Eclipse. And it's a faster time than the big handicap here yesterday. So they begin the turn out of the back straight, and it's Tsar that has the edge. Two Fantastic Light keeping Running Stag in. Insatiable runs the rail. Then we got Lear Spear. Richard Quinn's made the move there from 5 down to the 3. Croco Rouge, the quarter cap of black and white, is covered up. A good position for him, 6-1 bar. That includes Chester House on the outside on the extreme right. So they wind it up as they pass the 3. And it's Tsar that still has the edge. Here comes Running Stag, the American horse. Chester House the outside. He's still covered up on Croco Rouge. Will he get a run? Yellow Cap, Insatiable, they pass the 2. And still Tsar has the edge. 2 in second place, Running Stag. White Cap, Compton Admiral puts in a big finish. Croco Rouge is all over the shop, finding a run on this fast ground. He's done inside the final furlong. Tsar, Frankie has dominated. Compton Admiral, White Cap, Light Blue Cap, Fantastic Light, Pink Cap, Chester House as they race to the line. Compton Admiral Pickens and steals the Coral Eclipse. Compton Admiral cheekily from Tsar, then came Fantastic Light, and then Chester House, and then Running Stag and Insatiable. What a big flop, Croco Rouge. That French hoodoo contains that Lear Spear was dropped out to be last of all, and so Dazzler Dazzle on Dallel Holland on Compton Admiral has taken this, the Coral Eclipse, and calls at 20-1, one of the upsets in the race. He's won it.
Win £27 on Compton Admiral, places £3.70 on Tsar, £2.40. Fantastic Light, £1.50. Dual forecast £40.90. Computer straight forecast £112 and 66p.
Number 1, Mutafawek, the 7-2 joint favourite, Frankie Dettori. Bien Amado at 6-1, Richard Hughes. El Mutabaki, 4-1, Richard Hills. And Fantastic Light. Can Gary Stevens have another fantastic winner? 7-2 joint favourite. Every probability, possibility. Flaming Quest, 10-1, Kieran Fallon. Glams, 8-1, Ray Cochrane. And Time Zone, 8-1, the man of George Duffield.
It was your first run in 1950, and this is the most open running there's ever been. They went 3-1 the field last year in 78 and 61, and they're now going 7-2, each of 2, and that brings in the top one, Mutafarwek and Fantastic Light, also at 7-2. Well back this morning, El Mutabaki, challenging for favouritism now, is top price at 4-1. It's then 6-1 against Bien Amado, 8-1 the bottom 2, Glams and Time Zone, and 10-1 against that Flaming Quest. But if you want wide open voltigeurs, there's never been a more open one.
Horse. Mutafawek just missed a kick, but where is the early pace? Time Zone has been taken back, and up on the outside, very slow pace. We've got the red and white colours of Flaming Quest leading. So it's Flaming Quest at the head of affairs. Time Zone charging through goes second, and then going into third next to the rails under a long rein, Mutafawek. Glams on the outside. Wide is Fantastic Light. Stripe Cap, El Mutabaki, and Bien Amado. Horse hasn't really delivered yet, but he hasn't had the really soft ground that made him look such a good horse at 2. Peter Chap was at Hyams, only runner at the Evil Meeting. Flaming Quest leading to Time Zone the outside, running third is Mutafawek on the outside. Glams a length back to El Mutabaki, and then Fantastic Light and Bien Amado. So they come down past the 7 furlong marker, and it's Flaming Quest leading to Time Zone in second, then Mutafawek in third and Glams in 4. El Mutabaki and Fantastic Light. Carries Michael Stout watching the progress. Fantastic Light making ground now, goes into 5. Flaming Quest out in front, they're the 2 runners in the race. And Time Zone in second. So they're coming round the top of the home run. And as they do so, Flaming Quest, one of the outsiders here, Mutafawek, the blue colours next to the rails. Look at Bien Amado, horse with the big white face, blue sleeves on the outside on this easier ground. Fantastic Light's getting closer, so as one stout horse folds, the other one comes into prominence as Fantastic Light goes into the lead. But look left, Bien Amado with a big white face, Glams in behind is running on well. Time Zone behind this, Mutafawek is beaten, and Fantastic Light. What a great day for Gary Stevens. down past the 2 marker, and it's Fantastic Light into the lead. Vianamado given every chance, plugging on well. Can't rule out Glams. Next to the rails, that'll get a tremendous roll from Ray Cochrane. They're inside the final furlong now. It's Fantastic Light having to work very hard to repel Raiders, but he's using that good stride to good effect. And Fantastic Light completes a treble on the opening day of York for Gary Stevens. Fantastic Light, Vianamado. Glams the 1, 2, 3. Mutafawet came again to go into a closing 4, and they were clear of El Mutabaki time zone. And in the end, Flaming Crest was last of all. So, Sir Michael Stout, the winner and the last in this Stuckers Casino's Great Vodka.
Fantastic Light, £4.70 for a win, and the places 210 and 280. The dual forecast 1380, and the computer straight forecast 2152. All 7.
And he's not even broken sweat yet, Monsieur. He canters alongside Daliapour. He's laughing at them, Monsieur. Takes Daliapour as if he was standing still. Fantastic Light, Beator and there Shaka. But inside the final furlong, Monsieur coasting away. Fantastic Light in second place rallying. Then Daliapour. But this has been on the bit, Monsieur. Absolutely brilliant. He's given us a treat on his first run in Britain. And he wins the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Diamond Stakes in great style.
I'll walk right in, the German threat. I'm going to hand you back to Derek for the running of our 5th race.
And now, Fantastic Light.
They're under orders and they're off.
So here we go with a mile and a half in front of them. Fantastic Light was a bit sluggish, and so was Amelinx, but let's see who's going to take him along. Here comes Potrizaris on the outside, but Pegnitz has the lead. In second place is Going Suzuka. High Rise is third. Yavana's Pace is fourth. Potrizaris is fifth as they pass the stands with a complete circle in front of them. Then comes Breathtaking View. Then comes Able Master. Behind Able Master is Noel as they make the bend and swing towards the back straight with a mile and a quarter left to run at this stage. And as they go towards the back, oh, one's running very wide. Pegnitz ran very wide indeed, and Going Suzuka comes up on the inside. Yavana's Pace runs a close third as they go down the far side and head towards the mile pole. They're setting a fast pace here. Pegnitz has gone a length clear. Second place Going Suzuka for Japan. So Britain 1, Japan 2. Then in Britain third, Yavana's Pace. Then comes America 4, Potrizaris. High Rise, behind High Rise we have Breathtaking View. Then comes Thesaurus making a forward move, but they're really stretched out as they continue the run down the far side. 7 furlongs left to run, and Pegnitz and Brett Doyle lead. In second place Going Suzuka. In third is Yavana's Pace. Also right with this one is Potrizaris. Towards the outside, Pozarica has made ground. Then comes Breathtaking View. Behind Breathtaking View is High Rise, who goes well. Then comes Fantastic Light, and towards the rear at this stage with a lot of ground to make up, Ragas and Sagamix making the bend at the far end of the track. 5 furlongs left to run in the Dubai Shima Classic. Pegnitz has the lead. Going Suzuka is second. In third place, staying on all the time, is Pozarica. Yavana's Pace. Then comes Potrizaris, Breathtaking View, High Rise and Fantastic Light. That's the order as they swing in towards the home straight. And here they come down the straight. 2 left to run. Going Suzuka for Japan goes to the front. Pegnitz is second. High Rise has got to sprout wings. Fantastic Light stays on, and so does Pozarica. Inside the final 2, High Rise and Fantastic Light. Fantastic Light under Kieran Fallon comes through to take it up. And it's High Rise on the far side, who comes again. High Rise on the far side, but Fantastic Light has the lead. Inside the final furlong, staying on all the time is Caetano, but it's Fantastic Light who's going to win for Sheikh Maktoum. Fantastic Light wins a fantastic race. Caetano comes late to get second. In third was High Rise, and staying on to be fourth was Ragas.
Hong Kong, the star of East Asia, its economic and cultural center, home to more than 7.1 million people. And this is the ultra-modern Wan Chai Convention Center overlooking Hong Kong Harbor. And we're at the Sha Tin Racecourse in Hong Kong, where it all comes down to this, the 11th and final race in the Emirates World Series Racing Championship of 2000. Take a look at the current standings. You see Giants Causeway in the lead, a bunch chasing him at 12, but only 2 in this race with a chance to catch Giants Causeway. Fantastic Light and the great German 3-year-old Samu. Let's take a look now at the rest of the field as we tell you this race is 2,000 meters, $1.8 million, thoroughbreds 3 and up. Here is the field now with the closing odds and the jockey assignments. Falcon Flight of the USA declared a non-runner for trainer Ben Cecil after a bad drug test the day of the race. Fantastic Light for Godolphin. Frankie Dettori rides the second choice. Forbidden Apple from Arthur Appleton Stable in America. Jose Santos, the jockey. From England, Greek Dance, trained by Sir Michael Stout. Helene Express of Hong Kong. The best of Hong Kong's runners, Industrialist, at 6-1. Then the defending champion, the favorite Jim Antonic, ridden by France's Gerard Mousset, representing France. Keen Winner, along with Lord of Warriors of Hong Kong. Then for Singapore, their champion Uzo. Shogun Lodge represents Australia. The German 3-year-old champion Samoom, with a chance at the Emirates title, is number 12, followed by the German mare El Danzig. Then from France, the filly Heidelgia. Now for the call of the Hong Kong Cup, here's David Raphael.
At the 1,600-metre mark, it's the local Hope Industrialist in front. Fantastic Light Park set it. Second, Forbidden Apple. Third, El Danzig. Fourth, Samoom in 5 from Jim and Tonic. Next, Helene Express. Greek Dance, the middle. Uzo's caught on a limb. Keen Winner, the centre. Next, Hidalgia, Lord of Warriors, and Shogun Lodge last of all. Industrialist at an even clip in front by half a length. Dettori looks back in second at the 1,200. He's poised beautifully on Fantastic Light. Forbidden Apple third. El Danzig in a beaut spot in 4. Samoom in 5. Jim and Tonic very close today is in 6. Next came Helene Express, followed by Greek Dance. Uzo wider. Further back, the Derby winner, Keen Winner here from Shogun Lodge, Hidalgia. Lord of Warriors last of all. Industrialist, our QE2 winner in front. Leads by a length and turns it on at the 800. He's rolling now. Fantastic Light in second. Forbidden Apple third. El Danzig goes by it. Next then Jim and Tonic. He's so close today. Samoom goes by him though. Greek Dance next. Back to the inside is Helene Express. Further back the big Uzo from Hidalgia. Keen Winner. Shogun Lodge follows the fence. Lord of Warriors last and pulls out. Fantastic Light sweeps to the lead for the Emirates Series, but he's got to fight past Industrialist. Next then El Danzig coming on. Jim and Tonic pulls out. Greek Dance next. Samoom's held up badly. Fantastic Light in front. Here comes the French red Jim and Tonic, but he's still going to get Fantastic Light. Fantastic Light in front. Greek Dance, Jim and Tonic coming at him. Fantastic Light for the Emirates Series wins the Hong Kong International Cup. Fantastic Light by a length and a half. Second Greek Dance, third Jim and Tonic.
So Godolphin does it again. Fantastic Light, the 4-year-old American-bred son of Rahi, did it when he had to, getting the 12 points to move him ahead of Giants Causeway. Afterwards, we had a chance to talk to some of the winning connections. World champion jockey Frankie Dettori, champion trainer Saeed Ben Sarur of Godolphin.
Sheikh Mohammed, he watched the race and he gave us some advice before the race. You know, we feel confident about the horse, and we think now we leave the plans for him. Sheikh Mohammed, he will decide where we run him, but we take him back now to Dubai. Maybe we run him in the World Cup night, maybe in a month and a half.
Here we are with the champion of the world for the second year running of the Emirates World Series Racing Championship. He did it with the pressure on the line in Hong Kong. Nothing would do but a first place, and that's what you got for Fantastic Light.
Yes, I mean, the horse has been unbelievable all year. He's never been out of the first 3. He's been unlucky a couple of times. And today we attacked early. I thought, right, let the others come and get me, you know. I know I had a good horse, and I wanted to use all his energy to get to the line. And it was a great effort, and I am overwhelmed, and I'm champion of the world again. But I'm very happy for Fantastic Light because he does deserve it. He's been very consistent all year, and he got what he's deserved, champion of the world.
So just like in 1999, it's a sweep for Team Godolphin. This time, Fantastic Light takes the title and the $1 million bonus. The champion owner, Godolphin, trainer Saeed Ben Sarur, and world champion jockey for the second straight year, Godolphin's Frankie Dettori.
Calanisi, the 2-1 favourite. Fantastic Light, just coming in fractionally from that 7-2, now 100-30, and 4-1 Observatory, 15-2 bar the 3. Compton Bolter, colours of Eric Penser, about to join them. There's Observatory, winner of the QE2 last season, beat Giants Causeway. The Iron Horse, let's see what he can do today. Compton Bolter goes in, almost does. That's it. No, Compton Bolter just a little bit restless for Jimmy Fortune. That's it. Ready. And they're racing the Prince of Wales's and dropping back towards the rear of the field. Early Border Arrow, Give the Slip goes on from Endless Hall, and Barker's up there in the early stages. Just dropping in behind them, Fantastic Light taking up the box seat on the inside of Observatory, and Kalanisi is trapped 3 deep as they go into Swindley Bottom. Further back is High Tory, followed by Compton Banker, and settling at the rear of the field, Border Arrow. Racing down now past the mile and into Swindley Bottom, and the leader here is Give the Slip by a length to Endless Hall. 3 away as Bark settling in third. Half a length Observatory the outside. Kalanisi trapped wide round that turn, followed by Fantastic Light. A length away then is High Tory on the outside of Compton Bolter. And then a gap of 2 lengths or so to Border Arrow at the rear of the field. Racing uphill now out of Swindley Bottom and towards the 6th, and Give the Slip, the pacemaker for Fantastic Light, shows the way on an even rein by half a length to Endless Hall the outside. As they continue this climb uphill, they've drawn away by 4 or 5 lengths now to Bark in third, followed by Observatory, the pink cap, in fourth, followed then by Fantastic Light and Kalanisi. They're about 3 lengths or so to Compton Bolter. Back in the field with High Tory and Border Arrow as they pass the half mile, and Give the Slip just increases the tempo. Steps it up here by a couple of lengths to Endless Hall, who stays in touch. 3 lengths away then is Bark in third from Observatory and Fantastic Light. Kalanisi now being niggled and winding up on the outside to come into it from Compton Bolter as they round the turn now. High Tory is second last and Border Arrow at the rear. 2 furlongs left to go on the Prince of Wales's stakes, and on the far side Give the Slip, the white cap being collared now by Endless Hall. Here's Kalanisi, Observatory, Bark running on from Fantastic Light and High Tory. A furlong left to go, anybody's race. Kalanisi ranges up, but now being grabbed by Fantastic Light on the near side from Observatory and Endless Hall. Fantastic Light has swept into the lead with 100 to go, and Fantastic Light, he's killed them for speed at the end. Fantastic Light goes on to win the Prince of Wales's stakes by 2.5 lengths. Second is Kalanisi, High Tory third, Observatory fourth, followed by Give the Slip, Endless Hall, then Bark, Border Arrow and Compton Bolter. Well, he absolutely annihilated them for speed at the finish. What a turn of foot he showed. Fantastic Light. And that's a winner on the board there for Frankie Dettori and Godolphin, as Fantastic Light goes on to win it by 2.5 to 3 lengths. Kalanisi couldn't really answer the challenge at the furlong. High Tory has run on from the back for third. Observatory finishes in fourth, had no answers. A long gap then to Give the Slip, the original pacemaker from Endless Hall. They're followed by Bark, Border Arrow and Compton Bolter. But Godolphin back, and back with a bang.
Well, this was the race of the week. This was the race they wanted to win, and another victory here for the tactics of Godolphin. As Willie said beforehand, Give the Slip would take the sting out of the rest, and Frankie Dettori, in fact, at this point, wasn't in the ideal position on Fantastic Light. He has to switch wide, come right round Observatory and round Kalanisi, and my word, this horse does finish a race well. Both of them, Fantastic Light and Kalanisi, and also Observatory and High Tory, they are all really high-class horses. But, they've got it right again.
Yes, well, they might be high-class horses, but today this horse has put a stamp on his superiority even over 1.25 miles. We were all thinking, even I thought the 1.25 miles would be far too short for him, but the speed that he showed after that strong pace, and how he got out of that inside rail and got round all those horses and flew away from them. This is a horse of the highest calibre.
There are the colours of Godolphin. This was the race they wanted to win. Frankie Dettori, who'd been a little bit down at the corners of his mouth, is now smiling, celebrating. Oh, what a victory for Godolphin. And Fantastic Light returned at 100 to 30. Kalanisi was sent off, the 2-to-1 favourite, and High Tory was third at 7-to-1. But Jim, that was quite a race, wasn't it?
An absolutely breathtaking win, Claire, and the distance is 2.5 lengths and 3/4 of a length. The time 2:04.40, and nearly a second faster than standard. Now, as far as I could see early on, they weren't going a breakneck pace, but going uphill from about the half mile, that's when Give the Slip increased the tempo. And this horse always travelling well, Fantastic Light, and has absolutely caught them all foot in the home straight. Frankie Dettori paying tribute to Fantastic Light. And let's see whether we see it. Flying dismount. It's a Group 1. tee. And he's on the honour board as well, Frankie Dettori, his first win at the meeting. And after Latin Links in the previous race, and also the disappointment yesterday of Mesha here, a nightmare ride he had on that in the Coventry. Should have won with its head in its chest. But a victory on the board here with Fantastic Light. He was the Emirates World Champion last year, and at the time, in a year which was a vintage year with so many great names, it just seemed that it devalued the status of the title holder slightly. But he's living up to it this year, Fantastic Light. A great advertisement for keeping horses in training, top-class horses. A 5-year-old. It's by Rahi, trained by Syed bin Sarur for Godolphin and written by Frankie Dettori. Second is number 8, Kalanisi. Gallant in defeat, but no answers in the finish, owned by the Aga Khan, trained by Sir Michael Stout, ridden by Kieran Fallon. And third, number 7, Haitori, owned by Gary Tanaka, trained by Philippe Demacastel and ridden by Gerald Mosse. Frankie, a relieved man, a happy man.
Well, Frankie, last year you missed the good horse.
That's right.
Does this make up for it?
Well, I'll never make up for it because he was special, but this fella is getting better and better. I mean...
well, that was a special performance.
It was. I mean, I was completely boxed in. And when Kieran kicked, I thought, well, he's going to nick 2 lengths for sure. But did everything so easily on the bridle. I was signed for of a special horse. I knew once I got him out, when I kick, he would give. And, you know, spontaneous turn of foot, and what a great horse to have. I mean, I hope now he gets the credit that he deserves.
Well, the pacemaker played its part as well.
I mean, pacemaker, he's a good horse on his own right, but just to make sure that we didn't have a stop and start race, give the slip, and Richard done a great job, and finally, the bad luck is gone away, and I got one. I had a terrible day yesterday, but the lip is back up.
The lip is back on again, is it?
It was dragging the lip yesterday, but it's back up now.
What about the one in the last race today, then?
Seba's going really well. We landed with the number 1 draw like yesterday in the last. But, you know, she's a little bit special, and we hope that we won't get too much of a traffic problem because I really like her.
Well, well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's down here with me, Sheikh Mohammed. Frankie Dettori has just been telling us on the BBC how much he enjoyed that ride. And for you watching it, it must have been wonderful.
Yes, it was wonderful, you know, and I was surprised when he was going very easy, and you know, when he'll go, and then he go and he go.
Fantastic Light produced a fantastic turn of foot, and the jockeys on the bend, he didn't have the greatest position, Frankie, and 1 or 2 of them were trying to hold him in. He just stayed cool, and he managed to manoeuvre his way to the outside, and then the horse seemed to sprout wings.
Yes, he did not panic. I mean, he waited, and then he found the gap and went.
This has always been a very tough and brave horse, but it seemed to me that was his finest performance. He seems to have found some foot from somewhere.
No, he's a good horse, and I think now, you know, we want to take the best of the best. You know, we go into the Eclipse and then the King George, and we won't be afraid of anybody.
Galileo, maybe he'll be in your sight somewhere.
We'd love to have him. He's a great horse, but you know, what we saw in the Derby, you can't fault that horse, the way he did it and everything, but it is it's good to take the best on. You know, I think he have to prove it also at the quarter. He is good at a mile and a half, but he have to prove it at a mile and a quarter.
And Sheikh Mohammed, on a day like this, and after this race above all, we must remember Dubai Millennium and his performance a year ago. I know you felt it was perhaps the finest performance you've ever seen from one of the horses carrying the colours of Godolphin.
That's right, sir. You know, I saw that horse, and I told everybody before the big races that the best horse I ever seen or owned, and I meant it because that, you know, but he's lost not only to me, but also the people to see his progeny coming and running in this good races.
And you who put so much into racing, he was the ultimate dream to own. When he died so tragically in the spring, did it affect your appetite for racing? Did you wonder perhaps how you could come through that and come back again and be here on racing and enjoy it as much as before?
Yes, sir. You know what? If you lose a friend, you know, I felt just like losing a very good friend of mine, and you know, but God, you know, you can't control his destiny, but. He was a great horse, and you know, we wanted the racing for the public to enjoy it, enjoy horse racing, and that's what we are here for with these good horses. And I hope and praying to God that we will have Dubai Millennium again.
He meant so much to you. You were there with him for those last few desperate days, weren't you? You were willing him to come through, but it was notable that you were there beside him for a lot of that time.
Yes, as soon as I heard that he's got a colic, I jumped in the plane and I was with him during his sickness, yeah.
Well, this isn't quite Dubai Millennium, this horse. He didn't win by 8 lengths, but it's some sort of consolation.
Well, he's a good horse, but not as good as Dubai Millennium. You know, that horse is something different.
And now you want to look forward, and I suppose the next thing you really desire at this meeting is a 2-year-old winner from your team, from David Loader. You've had a couple of fairly expensive reverses for the punters. You've got one more later on today, Seba, and the word is very good for her, I gather.
Yeah, she's a good filly, and she will come close.
Let's hope it's more than that. Thank you.
Thank you. Went on. Galileo to Mutamam. Fantastic Light now has found daylight down the outside, staying on his millenary, racing well inside the final full and a half, and now Fantastic Light lays it down to Galileo. It's the big two, head to head on the far side. Galileo on the near side. Fantastic Light. Galileo, the 3-year-old, is finding more. He's going on for Michael Kinnan inside the final 50. What a race! What a horse! Galileo. Fantastic Light in second. High Tory and Storming Home, followed by Millenary, and these were followed home by Golden Snake.
And away to a pretty good start too, down to the inside. Give the Slippers away fairly smartly there with the white cap, but being driven up on the inside. Ice Dancer, the Ballydoyle pacemaker, takes it up quite comfortably. They're a length and a half then in third. Just in behind them, Fantastic Light. Galileo on the left of picture as they travel down the back in the dark blue jacket, followed then by Serengas. But look at Ice Dancers, opened up a gap of 4 or 5 lengths down the back. Leads from Give the Slip, 3 or 4 away then Fantastic Light. A length then to Galileo, who's lying fourth on the outside. Further back in the field then is Serengas on the inside of Bark, and 1 length to Chimes at Midnight. But Ice Dancer is setting a very furious pace as they head down the back towards the 6 furlong marker, and it's Ice Dancer by 5 or 6 lengths to Give the Slip in second. 4 lengths away third then is Fantastic Light. A length and a half then to Galileo, followed next by Serengas, who's travelling on the inside of Bark, and 1 length last of all is Chimes at Midnight. Racing towards the 5 and the Irish champion, and out in front it's Ice Dancer making every post a winner. Leads by 6 or 7 lengths. Give the Slip. 4 or 5 away then it's Fantastic Light. Galileo is sitting in behind him in fourth. He's tracking Frankie Dettori, Mick Kinnan. Then in about 5th position on the inside follows Serengas from Bark, and a gap to Chimes at Midnight. Racing towards the 3.5 point though, and it's still Ice Dancer by 6 lengths to Give the Slip. So Fantastic Light's going well, but look at Galileo moving up to within half a length of him on the outside now. He's making his run, Mick Kinnan, on the outside as they round the corner. It's Ice Dancer by about 5 lengths to Fantastic Light. Now the sprint's on for home. It's Galileo on the outside who ranges up now. In behind them is Bark running on a furlong and a half to go. Fantastic Light takes it up. Galileo on the near side being called on for an effort now. It's the rematch. Fantastic Light the far side. Galileo the near side. Mick Kinnan digging deep on Galileo. The call on the near side, fighting back as Fantastic Light. Galileo, Fantastic Light. Fantastic Light. He's got up. Fantastic Light has beaten Galileo. In third place then is Bark, followed by Give the Slip. Behind them is Ice Dancer, followed by Serengas and Chimes at Midnight.
They're off. Quiet Resolve gets away first with Anticipation with his typical early speed. Timbaroa right there with the leaders. So they move by us for the first time, making that long run into the clubhouse turn here at Belmont. With Anticipation a short lead, but there's Quiet Resolve to keep him company. Timbaroa is right up on the pace, and Muktaman, he'll be caught wide going into the clubhouse turn, and Fantastic Light gets a coveted spot early, drafting in behind horses. He's 5th and saving ground on the inside. Hap is not far behind him. He's running in 6th. Long Shot Lodge Hill 7th toward the inside. Slew the Red jostled about between horses is 8th. Then it's Milan running in 9th, followed by Blazing Fury, and Chorwan trails the field. With Anticipation prompted by Timbaroa through a quarter that went in 24 and 2/5 seconds with the wind at their backs. And now they make that bend into the backstretch run, and they're into the wind now. With Anticipation, Timbaroa warning 1-2. On the outside, Mutamam is moving early. Mutamam now moves up to be 3rd here with 7 furlongs to go. Quiet Resolve is continuing to run up and down the pace. Fantastic Light is enjoying a dream journey so far. 5th, and in behind the phalanx of front runners, Hap and Jerry Bailey are glued to him. Then it slew the red. Lodge Hill toward the inside. Milan still lingering at the back of the pack. He's about 7 lengths from the lead. Blazing Fury and Chorwan at the back. They've run 3/4 in 1:12.1. Timberoa is now in front with 4 furlongs to go here. Timberoa is the leader. Quiet Resolve right there running in second. Mutamam on the outside with Anticipation, and Fantastic Light's beginning to pick it up now, and there he goes. He shoots through in between horses, and he's got Timberoa to catch. He's got a 2-length lead. Fantastic Light stalking intently, running in second. Here comes Hack with his run now, and he slips through on the inside of Quiet Resolve, and Milan is gathering momentum from the back of the pack. Then Lodge Hill slicing through between horses. Blazing Fury on the outside, and the field turns for home. Here comes Fantastic Light and Frankie Dettori, and they have swept to the lead. Milan is coming with a flying finish under a rousing ride from Mick Canaan. But it is Fantastic Light. Milan, a burst of energy coming out of the wire. Fantastic Light holds on. And Milan finishes second. 7 lengths back to Timberoa third, and Blazing Fury was fourth. Well, there he is, Fantastic Light, another victory for the Godolphin stable, and Lofranco Dettori, a perfect trip today to win the Breeders' Cup Turf, the final time, 1:24.1.